Hello, human peoples. You're listening to the podcast network of Gamefully Unemployed. To support us and gain access to great exclusive podcasts like Fox Mulder is a Maniac, Tom and Jeff Watch Batman, Star Trek The Next Futurama, and our latest show, Spiel Boys, head over to patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. We do game streaming, movie nights with our patrons every Friday night, and you can even commission your own podcast about anything you want. Literally anything, within reason, and we have to do it. You are quite frankly out of excuses not to go visit patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. That's patreon.com/GAMEFULLY unemployed, which is spelled like it sounds.
Hypecast mit Tom Reimann und David Bell.
Podcast start.
Podcast! That's how podcasts start, right? Everybody just says it.
Yeah.
You just announce it.
Podcast.
Oh, I forgot to say it.
Okay, let's try it again.
Yep.
And podcast.
Los podcastos.
We shouldn't be allowed to just say podcast over and over again.
I mean,
like as an intro.
just
who is going to
fucking
stop
did it.
us?
Wait,
That's
this is
true.
the show? We're not. Come on. We definitely can't use this.
No,
Use
we
all
are.
of
We
this.
will.
This is all golden.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
We're on another episode of Hypecast!
Hypecast.
It's the show where we get hyped about stuff and things. I'm your co-host, Tom Ryman.
I'm your other co-host, David Bell.
Do I introduce myself? I'm Seanbaby from the internet.
Yeah, Seanbaby. How are you?
Hey.
I'm so good. I have the best
Yeah?
job. I write jokes for the internet. And there's only like 15 of us left.
Yeah. You're like you're like the dinosaurs in Fantasia. Like just
That's
you
sweet.
know,
That's,
just
that
like,
is a really nice thing to say.
yeah,
you know,
just dragging your
trudging
corpse.
toward the blazing horizon.
Yeah.
I mean, we all are. I'm just having a really nice time doing it.
Yeah. What is what are you describing? What is your job?
Oh,
tell people that.
1-900 Hot Dog. It is like the last comedy website. I started it 5 years ago with the great Robert Brockway, and now we have many talented columnists like Merritt Kay and Denart Dale and Lydia Bug and many others. We do daily stuff. Patreon.com/1-900 Hot Dog. End of plug.
Nice. Good plug. Good pluggies.
Solid plug. Yeah.
What else is new? Let's
see.
you like movies?
I do like movies. Let's get hyped for some movies. Well, I'm not crazy about some of the movies we're talking about today, but obviously there's exceptions. But yeah, like movies are all over the place. They come out. They're free usually. They're wildly terrible. Sometimes they're brilliant. Sometimes they make no sense. I think there's not enough barrier to entry anymore. So a lot of maniacs are making movies. I think the people making decisions for the big movies have also lost their minds. So those are generally terrible. I don't know. We're in a weird place for movies.
We sure
But
are.
you're right. Movies are free if you know how emergency exits work. Like you can basically see any movie you want.
I was about to say, I was going to make another airplane comparison. State of movies right now is a bit like, I don't know, like taking pictures during a plane crash.
Yeah, a little bit. But like
reading the
I don't
In-Flight
know.
magazine.
I would argue that maniacs have been allowed to make movies.
Oh yeah,
for
that just
quite
there used to be a
some time.
higher bar for.
True, but you could always tell,
But
like in the
was
80s
there?
and 90s, a maniac made a movie with $5,000, and you're like, this is a madman who made a movie for $5,000. And now it's really hard to tell between that and like a well-produced studio production.
You know what movies need more of? I'm sure I've said this before. Cocaine. Like we need to bring back cocaine in the film industry.
We need to just be okay with it, I think.
I think it should be legal if you're working on a movie. Like if a cop pulls you over and you produce a script, they can let you go. Like they have to let you go.
Right.
You know?
You have to carry a screenplay on you though. It's sort of like your weed card.
Exactly.
If it's got a good hook, if it's like, yeah, it's a crime thriller, it's like, no, you're under arrest. But if it's like, no, they're staying at their friend's house and he dies and they have to pretend he's alive for the whole weekend. You're like, okay.
I'm
Imagine
listening.
the cop at the side of the road just like sitting there quietly reading the screenplay for a while. Just like, oh, okay.
Talking to himself.
Yeah, this is pretty good.
Boxing kangaroo, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. All right. You can
And
go.
you say he's a magician, a stage magician boxing kangaroo.
This is refreshingly original.
Let me ask you something. Is there a role for a cop in this film? That's just a walk-on part, just a line. More of that.
Who do you see as the
would save
kangaroo's
Hollywood.
dad?
Yeah.
Because I could grow a mustache, and I'm fine wearing kangaroo legs.
Aren't we all?
I'm doing it now.
So yeah, cocaine. Bring back cocaine. Period.
Yeah, we could have kangaroo legs.
I'm gonna run for the mayor of Hollywood,
Mhm.
and that's gonna be my
It's
motto.
going to be my first decree.
Bring back cocaine.
In film,
Put
in
cocaine back in the
education,
movie theaters.
in law enforcement, in finance.
Oh yeah, definitely in finance. Man, they make some good decisions on cocaine. Anyway, Sean, thanks for being on.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure. It's always a pleasure.
We have some trailers to talk about of varying degrees of
Yeah.
quality. But first, we have some patrons that we need to thank. People
We
who
sure
made
do.
this happen. Starting with at Nerd Numbers was glad to talk wrestling with Dave and Jeff. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you to Ravages of the Scourge. There's deathcore and death metal there.
Thank you.
Thank you to Achoo! Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you to Zero Charisma.
Thank you.
Thank you to 2001: A Space McNulty Odyssey.
Thank you so much.
Thank you to A Thumb in the Honeydew. Yep. Thank you to Aaron Burser.
Thank you.
And thank you to AJ.
All right, let me take
Thank
over.
you.
Thank you to Andrew Howe,
you.
demands a single act of kindness.
Thanks.
Thank you to Asking Seven.
Thank you.
Thank you to Ballet Karate Hulk. Looks
Thank
nice
you.
today. There's your single act of kindness. Thank you to BLT22EWHVIS-B.
Thank you.
Thank you to Bootler Bootlison.
Thank you.
Thank you to Brian, who Tom knows.
Thank you.
Thank you to Brockway, loves the Meat Millie.
Thank you.
And thank you to Burrito, the skankiest slut in town.
Hey.
Or your money back.
So we got a full Naked Gun trailer, not just a teaser. This is the Liam Neeson is there. Pamela Anderson is there. It's the Lonely, Islands.
Seth MacFarlane produced. Sure.
It's got
I didn't need to see
Paul
another trailer.
Walter Hauser. No, I didn't either.
So does everything.
Yeah.
Right, he's just
We'll
in
get into
everything
it.
now, yeah. It's his moment. It's his
my
Eminem
big-
song.
Yeah. My big take is I'm just like, yes,
Hell yeah.
these are Naked Gun jokes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I don't need
like
to see
a-
anything else.
It feels so like weirdly sincere, like an old-timey sincerity. Like, we're going to just fucking lean way into this very silly thing. And I was like, I love
Yeah.
it. Yeah. This is,
I like the
it has
I like
a lot
the
of
coffee
confidence.
cup gag. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like him getting past a coffee cup while driving in the car. That
Yeah,
was
there's just-
that
yeah.
feels like the Naked Gun.
It's pure silliness. Like there's, I don't know. I like that. I have a soft spot in my heart for stuff that's just silly. I mean, obviously we all do. Everybody likes Airplane and The Naked Gun.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's nice to like. I mean, those movies got very bad in the '90s with like Pat Proft was sort of out of control with like stuff like wrongfully accused.
Oh yeah, it didn't. It
and
spun
Spy
out.
Hard. Oof.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's. I think maybe we just needed a break from him because it's. I don't know. It's nice to like see gags like this in a movie just being done in earnest and not being like ironic, like ironically silly. It's just silly.
Yeah,
Which-
I
The
like that
Lonely
they bring
Island's
back
really good at that
Spaceballs
stuff.
too. Like that, we're just bringing it back. We're like,
Yeah, why
we're
not?
ready. This is the era of that again. Yeah, I mean, like, I still wish Liam Neeson was playing it a little more straight, but he is playing it pretty serious. Like, I'm realizing he's doing Liam
He's
Neeson
doing
in like
Liam
a
Neeson.
Taken.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing serious Liam Neeson. And I think he's doing it more serious than it seemed in the first teaser, at least. So, like, I do think he's gonna pull.
I
it
feel
off.
like even by the end of the trailer, I was in on it. Like, I
Yeah.
totally agree with you when I first heard. I'm like, oh, he's doing Taken. It's kind of a weird tone, and then I was like, no, I get it. I'm in. I think by the end of the movie,
because-
it'll be completely normal.
Right, he can't do Leslie Nielsen.
Right,
He certainly can't do that version. He has to do his version of it.
And it's cool that it's like a pretty like obvious like organic way around that. It's like, well, how do obviously you can't do the same thing as Leslie Nielsen, so let's just make fun of the image that Liam Neeson has. Yeah.
Yeah, there are line deliveries in this that I'm like, that could be in like one of his fucking movies. One of his
like a
action
Flight
movies,
Plan or whatever the hell it was called. Nonstop.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
Plane. You're thinking of Plane.
Plane.
I love that he was in this and Schindler's List. Like, I love that can exist.
And Krull.
That you can, and Krull.
That's
What a
true.
constellation.
Don't forget about Krull.
Never forget about Krull.
And Darkman. Darkman is how you know,
Mostly
like, he always
Darkman.
had this in him.
Like primarily
he never,
Darkman.
Right. Like, I don't think Darkman is like, you realize like he's always been a chuckle fuck. Like he's always been down to clown. So like, it's weird. It's honestly like Schindler's List
is kind of the
one.
outlier.
Yeah.
Why didn't they ever make like an airplane style parody of that? Come on.
Nah, they should. There's still time. There's still time.
Schindler's
Yeah.
fart. It's right there. You can have that.
Yeah, Schindler's fart. It's perfect wordplay.
Oh yeah, the orgasm, the Schindler's fist still makes me laugh.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I don't know. This Pamela Anderson again, where I like in my mind she had already been in a Naked Gun.
Right? Yeah, it felt
Yeah.
weird that she would not have appeared in one. It was obviously
like, of course.
Anna Nicole Smith was in part 3, but
In part 3, yeah.
Yeah, and her joke. I mean, the stupidity of like, take a seat, and then she grabs the seat and leaves. Like that is a second grader's joke from 1965, and
they
Suburban Commando joke.
They like linger on it, and he just watches her do it, and like it's just like, I don't know. I really like it as a.
I do too because it's obvious, and then the part where you just hear the seat dragging.
Yeah, you're like,
As
fuck you.
you're
You have
like,
to watch the whole.
oh.
Yeah, we're doing this joke, you fucker.
You're gonna see the whole
Exactly.
goddamn thing.
You're gonna watch this
just-
joke. That's what the feeling.
It's
Yeah,
brash. It's a really brash, aggressive telling of that joke.
yeah. I think they know. Like they know. Like this is the question, right? Because Naked Gun and Airplane, all those, like I still find them funny. But like if you showed them to like a hip, cool kid, would they find it funny? Honestly, I think a teenager would find them funny still because like farts are funny. Like puns are. Like at a certain age, you're stupid, so you love that stuff. But I guess what I mean is like, do you need to update the jokes in any way is the question, right? Because there's like, there's some of them are going to be obvious, like take a seat, what's about to happen. And then they still manage to make it funny by dragging it out in a way that's like, oh yeah, I didn't expect that.
Yeah, you do, but like they can still be just as simple.
Yeah. Well, for example,
Like
the blowjob.
That's the idea that they should be.
Yeah, the blowjob oven cleaning in this didn't quite work on me because I was like, man, this has been in like 3 Austin Powers as well. Like we've done this too much, But like the coffee gag, I really liked because it was. I just didn't expect it. I thought it was delightful.
It's very funny. I do think Pamela Anderson's not like a gifted comedy actor. So when she delivers her line of like, "Oh, this oven is so dirty," it's like, okay, well, yeah, you're explaining the joke, but not in the same way that like the chair getting dragged across the floor explains the joke. You're not like putting the joke in my face. You're just like, okay, yeah. So for a 6-year-old watching, now they get the misunderstanding, Pamela. Thank you.
But again,
you're not shoving the joke in my face so much as dropping it on the floor.
Yeah.
Right. But it feels like true Zucker comedy in the sense that it's like, let's put 30 jokes in the next minute of this movie.
Yeah.
And 30% of them will be very funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so in the trailer, I'm like, yeah, this is very hit or miss. And it's exactly...
It is kind of the thing with a lot of these
Naked
movies.
Gun.
Like a lot of the Zuckers and the Pat Prof stuff. But I think Lonely Island's a great fit.
Yeah, I do too. Let's talk about. You want to talk about the even more exciting movie that's next?
Yes,
Springsteen, Deliver Me from Nowhere.
Okay.
Sure.
This is fucking insane. So
Yeah, you
I
know
think
what?
the internet is
I'll
already talking
stay in
about
nowhere,
this.
thank you.
I think the internet's already talking about this, but there's a moment in this where they lay such a long highway for such a long walk to get to the world's dumbest point about how Bruce Springsteen, when he was a kid, right? Like, you get he's a musician, maybe. A lot of people don't understand what that means. But you know what people do understand? Having a hole in your floor. So the thing about Bruce Springsteen is he had a hole in his floor when he was a kid. You get it. We all been there. We all had holes in our floor. But see, the thing about Bruce Springsteen is he wants to make the hole in his floor better. Like, metaphorically, like in his mind. He had a father who had a hole in the floor. You get it. And so he's a floor repairman. You get that better than you get what a musician is, right? Okay, so then if he can repair his floor, he can fix the world. And I don't think I'm getting a word of that wrong. That's word for word from the trailer, right?
And it seems like the hardship is that he had a hole in his floor as a kid. And I'm like, cool, that's...
But they show
right.
they show the floor. I don't think there's a hole in the floor. I think that's a metaphor. But again, I'm only 70% sure.
I mean, the hardship is his dad is fucking Tommy from Snatch.
Yes, his dad is Tommy from Snatch. And he's the bear.
What, proper
He's
fuck?
the bear.
He's the bear, yeah. The bear Springsteen.
I couldn't tell you, like, if you played a Springsteen song, I wouldn't know it was Springsteen.
For real?
Well, the one that plays in the trailers, that they've heard one.
I was
Born to Run.
surprised that was a Springsteen song when they play it in the trailer. I was like, this is one of his songs.
One of the most singular and dynamic music acts that's ever been. I love Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah,
and
I'm a big Bruce Springsteen fan.
And
like there's Bruce Springsteen videos where they just cut to shots of people being moved by Bruce Springsteen to the crowd, and they're they're like my happy place. I can put one of those on and be like, God damn, maybe the world is gonna be okay.
Yeah,
like
look at that.
That's the thing. Like,
so I can see like being really excited for this, or being a kind of person who's like, oh, Bruce Springsteen, my whole life. Like, but this is so fucking stupid. This trailer is so bad, and this movie is so terrible.
It's very stupid. It's just Go ahead. Sorry, Dave.
Oh no, I just have nothing invested in it. That's all.
Like it's kind of. This is always a problem with these kinds of movies. Is Dave has mentioned this a lot. Is when you're making a biopic, like life doesn't play out like a movie. Like life doesn't fit a neat movie structure, so it's not like a story that can really support a movie all the time. But like particularly with these musician biopics, since like Walk the Line, it's like they've really been overstating the hardship that some of these people are going. Because like in Walk the Line, it's just like, yeah, he was hooked on drugs. Yep,
right, like everybody. It's the problem is that they aren't starting with who has an interesting story.
Right.
They have some producer has a list of musicians on their wall and they're just crossing them off.
Yeah, we're working backwards.
And they're just saying
who's super famous. It's also, I mean, it's weird to make a movie like this when the subject's still alive in a lot of ways. That feels weird to me. Although I did like the Elton John one. But that one was cool because it was told like a musical, and it was like deliberately like not being like true to life.
Right. But like, for example, this trailer begins with him buying a car. That is the opening offer. And I'm like, yeah, that is certainly a guy buying a car.
Yep. And the car salesman knew him. They're like, hey, dude, I know you're Bruce Springsteen, a local famous musician. Like, yeah, that's...
Yep.
If you know me, that makes one of us, brother. Like, oh, God, turn this off. Turn it off.
Right.
Seeing if I can come down here and buy a car.
Nothing's happened in this man's life. It feels
it's
I
like
will say,
really basic hardships.
Yeah. And I guess it doesn't bum me out because it actually makes me go good for him. The director did Antlers and The Pale Blue Eye.
Scott Cooper, yeah.
Yeah, he's a great director. And I'm sure this has money behind it. And I'm like, good for him. You know, like, make some more horror movies.
Remember, but he was that super fast little teen creep in the X-Files.
He was. He's in Rush, the X-Files. Yeah.
Yeah, nothing about it says it was badly directed. But
no, not at all. In fact, I'm sure it's very well directed.
But if the best moment you could pull is a 7-hour speech about floor holes, your movie sucks.
Yeah, it feels like they're really grasping. They're really
like even coming like 6 months after that Bob Dylan one, where like this one feels like there's even less like obstacles. Like, it's like, yeah, there's nothing against Bruce Springsteen. Like, yeah, I know, but like, lots of people grow up poor. Like, I don't know. It's just
being famous isn't interesting enough to have a biopic about you.
Like, yeah,
that's it.
It's you don't necessarily have to have a movie told about how like you rose above stuff. It's like, well, I don't know.
There should be a rule where
wording it correctly.
The movie is just the origin of every song title. Like he'll meet a guy and he's like, "Hey, you from Mexico, brother?" And like, "No, I was born in the USA." "You were what?" And then like cut to the studio.
The walk hard bit.
Yeah.
Yep. That's the whole movie.
It's also that almost every plot is about, oh my God, I became famous.
Yeah.
Like for perspective, going to the moon is an amazing thing, right? It's a bigger task than being Bruce Springsteen, right? But if they made a biopic about every single but if they made a biopic about every single astronaut that went to the moon, a separate biopic, by like the sixth one, you'd be like, I get it. Like, it's not, the story won't be that much different every time. It feels like that, where it's like, yes, becoming a rock star is an interesting story once. But then when it's like, that's just the story they keep telling over and over again, it's like, this tweaked slightly. Their lives are different. They're different people. But if there's nothing else, then it's like, why? I don't know. I don't know why we're telling the story.
Sometimes the story just isn't that interesting. Sometimes you're a local musician who is talented and has success, and that success continues to grow, and then you become Bruce Springsteen. Like sometimes you're just in the right place at the right time. Like it's not
what
always an interesting story.
What if Bruce Springsteen went to the moon? Are you interested? Okay.
Yeah. Well, so last week I talked about Ebony and Ivory, the Greasy Strangler director's new movie about them, Paul McCartney and Stevie Wonder writing Ebony and Ivory. It is not accurate to the real story, I don't think. But like, make biopics like that. Just make a batshit crazy fake story. Yeah,
with Joe Piscopo.
Where it's like, yeah.
Oh, like the Weird Al one. That was a lot of fun. That was
just lie.
Yeah,
we don't care.
Lean into it. Who gives a shit? Like I said, like the Elton John one, like it does it as a musical, like using his own songs that gives like, the Cliff's notes of his life. And I know, but it never doesn't pretend that it's not heightened reality or not true to life.
Make them a monkey to show that they're a monkey. And then everybody in America will go, I don't know who you are. Remember that movie? Do you even remember that movie?
Did that already come out?
What was that movie called? Yeah. Who was that guy? Who was that guy?
That guy. It's really fun. I know. I get the bit you're doing, but I genuinely
Rob
right? Thomas. Not Rob Thomas.
No.
Robbie. Shit.
Williams.
That's gotta be it. That sounds right.
I'm gonna write Robbie Monkey Movie. Is that gonna get Robbie Williams? It's Robbie Williams. Right?
I was not doing a bit. I swear to God, I totally forgot.
No, he got mad about this. It's called Better Man. Tom, do you even remember this movie? It came out last year.
I remember.
And it's about Robbie Williams, and they were like, I'm like a dancing monkey, so I'm going to be a monkey in this. And I'm Robbie Williams, baby. I'm the most famous guy. And all of America said, we don't know who you are. Sorry. And then people on the internet, British people, got very mad and was like, fuck you, America, for acting like you don't know who this guy is. And America was like, no, seriously, we don't know who this guy is. Sorry.
One hit 25 years ago in America.
Yeah.
Like he's huge over there.
But so did Kajagoogoo, and we remember Kajagoogoo.
Right. It really is like nothing against Robbie Williams.
Remember Uncle Boingo, babe.
Robbie Williams needed to have Danny Elfman's songwriting down.
Anyway, Paul Walter Hauser's in this movie too.
Of course he is. Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. I love that he's staying fed.
Yeah, me too. Ever since I saw him, and I think he should leave. And I know he was like notable before that. He had already been in a Clint Eastwood film.
He is so funny in I, Tonya.
Yeah, and he's just like he's blowing up.
Yeah.
I Know What You Did Last Summer. The full trailer.
I'm
Paul
really
Walter Hauser
struggling with this one. It's like, okay.
I hope he is.
So it's the one franchise in the midst of all these legacy sequels that they're doing that you really can't do a legacy sequel with, because
I do not understand.
I Know What You Did Last Summer was about like one specific incident. Like these teens hit this guy with their car and think he's dead, but he's not. So he's terrorizing them. And then like this movie is like, it's happening again. And like they're reaching out to Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze Jr. from the first one for their expertise. It's like, what are you talking about? They hit a guy with their car and he fucking started murdering them for revenge.
Counterpoint, Tom. This will make $1 billion.
Like what? Like what? It's not like a spirit that's haunting them. It's just, it's a thing that happened. It would be like, I don't know, like a legacy sequel to Die Hard, where like it's happening again. There's guys taking over the fucking. I don't know.
Tom,
so weird.
Somebody in the room said exactly what you're saying, and they were asked to leave. They said, "You know what?
I feel like
you're
I'm
fired."
going insane.
And they were like, "Counterpoint, we don't care.
Yeah.
This will make us a lot of money."
Does not make any sense.
I waited this whole trailer for it to drop that it's a gag. Like, oh, it's another Naked Gun style thing, but it never did. I think as a writer how to get to like the place where they need to get, where these people drive a guy off the cliff, right? He's presumably dead.
In the same town.
Yes, he's in the same town. Maybe it's the same guy. I don't fucking know. But they're being hunted by the guy they almost killed. And then they're like, this happened a while ago. Like, how do you get the characters that information? And then how do they find the people who were involved in that? Like, wouldn't that have been a dark secret no one told fucking anybody?
Right.
What advice do they want to get? Like, you got to tell us how you survived. It's like, what are you talking? It's not a ghost. It's just a fucking guy. Call the police.
The funniest part. The funniest part is how they start giving information like, so you definitely, you can't run. You can't hide. You can't do this. And it's like, it's not the same guy, though. It's not. This isn't Scream. There's not rules. This isn't Candyman. It's not like he returned. It's the same guy. It's a wholly new guy. You might just be able to call the cops. You might just be able to apologize to him. Like it might be a completely different scenario because it is. Like that is so funny.
Here's the twist. God. He comes through a hole in the floor, and if Bruce Springsteen can just fix that hole in the floor, he can stop. I Know What You Did Last Summer.
I know what you did last summer.
So I don't think they care. I think they...
No, they don't. It's what Sean was saying earlier about the money men making the decisions are also maniacs. Like,
right.
How could you... This is like the perfect example of nobody having any fucking idea what they're doing.
Right, because I'm so curious if this is going to be like... Because again, it's not Ghostface, right? It's not like if it's a copycat killer... Was the killer just lurking at the side of a busy road?
Except the hook.
I think an old man must have been like hanging out at the side of a busy road, like waiting to get hit so he can kill people or something. I don't know. Or it's a staggering coincidence. See, there are ways to sequel this. Like make it a phantom. Make it like a ghost. We just covered that Supernatural episode. Make it a ghost of a hook man.
Make it a hook man. Just a hook man. One of a species of ghost.
The problem is it's called I Know What You Did Last Summer. And like...
The problem is the entire premise.
Right. But you could just bring back the hook man.
You can't do this kind of sequel with it. Anyway.
You could make a new world, like you could make a new one of these if it was like a copycat killer who was just killing people that they thought were guilty, like of something or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that it's the exact same thing.
Like even that
hit
would
a man
be fine.
with their car?
It's just like don't try to connect it in any way.
It's so frustrating that they got the people from the first one. Because again, if it was just an unusual circumstance that happened a second time, you're like, okay. Sure, somewhere out there, there's a guy who owns a hook who almost got killed by some teenagers and he wants to murder them. I bet that happens more than once. Sure. But there's like, no. Same town. Jennifer Love Hewitt's there.
Same accident.
Like,
or if this was a remake, maybe. Like, all right, here's a way to do it. Make it like a skeezy banker in the city who does a crime that's not hitting a guy with his car and has covered up the crime. And maybe he killed someone, maybe, whatever. And he gets the letter a year later. And so it's a copycat killer who was like looking for someone who's guilty or something. You know what I mean? Like someone who is like, I'm going to specifically seek out a guilty person and do this to them or something like that. But it's just the fact that we hit a guy with their car.
Yeah, just get even more esoteric with it. Have the only connecting thread between sequels be the fact that it results in somebody sending a cryptic note that says, I know what you did last summer. And
right. Doesn't even have to be a hook person.
Them. Yeah. See what you can do with that idea. I don't know. Or just do another one and don't reference, don't acknowledge the other one. Just do another, hey, we hit a guy with our car, now he's murdering us. Who cares?
You can still have the actors in it. Just have them play
different people.
Characters.
Exactly.
Yeah.
One of them has to be a dinosaur cop. Like, that's so easy.
Yeah.
Precisely,
She does the line, what are you waiting for? And they do it like they do the Legacy sequel where she has to say the line.
We all remember that.
And it's like, fuck, man. Like,
they must have had a lot of trouble finding a line for that. Because, like, there's no memorable line from I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Right, I only know that line because
like,
Scary
I remember
Movie
that scene, but
it.
that's a reach.
Scary Movie did the parody of it. That's why I know that, where she goes, what are you waiting for? And gets hit by a car. It's just, I don't know, man. It's the Legacy sequel stuff has kind of rotted their brain. Like, I thought after that last Texas Chainsaw, they figured it out.
Or The Exorcist,
or The Exorcist,
$500 million. Oh, man.
Where they're like, okay, let's not do that anymore. It's just, I don't know.
Ellen Burstyn got her eyes stabbed out in that movie.
Yeah. This is cynical to say, but I'm like, I'm not against making another one of these because who
cares? Just make another one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we do to horror. We make tons of sequels. It's I'm not even mad. It's
why
just
do this?
weird.
Just have it be an I Know What You Did
disagree.
Last. I don't know.
I don't think it should be allowed. I think the second they had this idea, someone should have made a law, a federal law, saying, no, this is too fucking stupid to exist.
Like, I'm going to see this movie.
There's no way I'll see this movie.
No.
Oh,
this
man.
movie was playing in my house, I would move out.
I was going to see this movie.
I'd wait outside until it was
I can't wait to see this movie. I don't know.
I mean, we're going to end up watching it on like a movie night or something. It's going to be a
covering
big
it.
piece
We're
of
covering
shit.
it on a podcast.
Oh, we are? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's either that or Eddington that week. Do you want to see that or the COVID movie? Like, which one? Do you want to see the COVID
What about
movie?
Tin Cup, starring Kevin Costner?
Yeah.
Can we just cover Tin Cup?
No, I'm excited for this movie. There's nothing at stake. Again, it's like,
Bull Durham of
this
golf.
is all good. Like, it's just odd. It's just an odd decision
really
for a
strange.
sequel.
Really, really strange. And
let's talk about Brick. Not that one.
not that one.
Hell yeah.
Not the Ryan
new
Johnson
one.
film.
This is
Not the Ben
I
Fold
love
5
this
song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was on
But
board the
that might be
second I
featured
saw
in
how fucking dumb this was.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yes.
when it got a little crazier, I'm like, oh, they're doing a cube. And then I'm like, oh, they're doing hypercube. I was just like,
Yeah.
I don't care. Keep doing shit like that. Make
It's
a
what
hypercube
if-
every week. That's what I say.
Right.
Give me a new
What if we
Hypercube.
brought Cube to you? What if you got cubed, but all your
Delivered.
stuff was there?
Yeah,
DoorDash
a cube
Yeah.
delivered. Yeah, fucking HelloFresh a cube.
Because I got to be honest, if I got bricked, I wouldn't notice for like a week.
It would take me a long time. Yeah,
Yeah,
I do
the
not
premise-
leave my house most days.
Yeah, the premise here is that basically a mysterious, uncuttable cube surrounds an apartment building. And a bunch of people in the apartment building are like, well, that's weird. We should probably figure out how to get out. And they like drill down and they find like it's the idea is like, oh yeah, it's clearly it's Minecraft bedrock and it's surrounded all of us. It's a full cube. It's a brick. It's a brick.
It's a brick. It's got the German dude from Army of the Dead.
Yeah.
Is it
And then
apparently
they,
such
like-
a breaking star that they gave him a prequel spin-off to Army of the Dead?
Yeah.
That
Oh
movie
yeah, I didn't
is
see that.
astonishing. It's all like safe cracking, but like in like the back of cars. Like he's getting jostled around in an armored truck, like cracking a safe.
Are
with
there
his
zombies
headphones.
in it?
So you watched it?
I did.
I've never. Yeah.
It'll blow your mind, and then he'll cut to like CGI footage of the clockwork of the safe as he's cracking it. It's so weirdly
Ooh.
indulgent to safe
That
cracking.
sounds.
He does
That
that in
sounds-
Army of the Dead too. It does
Oh,
the
man.
fucking
Yeah.
Chemical Brothers intro to Fight Club thing.
I was about to say
Exactly.
that's real 2003
Exactly.
shit.
And
Oh
they're
my
like,
gosh.
that's the part everyone liked from Army of the Dead.
What was
that
that?
movie
I
that everybody
completely-
liked.
I totally forgot that movie. What was that called? Army of Thieves,
Army of
or
Thieves,
something?
Yeah, Army of Thieves.
Wow. Why did they make that?
It'll blow
movie?
your mind. Like the whole fucking movie is him. I'm gonna crack the safe. Like, oh, how are you gonna do it with all this dynamite going off? He's like, I'm the best. You're like, no, no.
Holy shit. Totally forgot.
This character just gets killed
so
by
obviously Brick is-
zombies in
we're all
Army of the
watching
Dead.
Brick.
Like, I don't know why. Anyway.
Anyway, I'm going to see Brick. It looks silly. It looks like it's probably very stupid. It's probably like it's aliens. Like, what else is it going to be? It's aliens, right? It's aliens. I don't know.
Or
Or it's the government.
Yeah.
This is the problem with writing movie. Like, I've actually had this issue writing screenplays where it's like, if you write a mystery box kind of movie like this, the problem is, of course, where you're like, well, there's only like 5 things it can be. Like, they're dead, aliens, government, it's a Matrix. And so, like, it's hard. Or you can say, like, ooh, we'll never find out, like Cube. And it's like, we've done everything. So it's like I hope the reveal is that they're in a Transformer's genitals. I don't know. Like, I need
I would like
something
that.
new.
Like they're all Optimus Prime sperm.
I was about
Yeah.
to say this is like Optimus Prime's gallbladder.
Yeah. It's hard, man. It's like, what is this going to be? What are you taking bets? What do you think?
Oh man, I don't know.
I
Seems
do like
aliens or time travel, I would imagine, because it gets all hypercubey.
right. I'm a big fan of like because writers have realized this, and that's how we get films like Hypnotic and Serenity, where they're like, okay, what's something new we can do, or a new way we can do an old thing, and things start getting really fucking weird.
I mean, we're going to talk about an astonishing film,
Yeah.
Serenity.
Yeah,
Not
like you
that
got to
one.
respect Serenity, where it's like, yeah, I guess I didn't see that coming, because that's really fucking weird and dumb.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe they're all in Matthew McConaughey's head.
Maybe they all like ran a guy off the road last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. A Hookman did it. That's what it is.
Hookman put the
Yeah.
brick.
Exactly.
This is on Netflix,
That's the
right?
new twist.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're like,
You
This
get
is
out of the
one
cube.
where
Oh
they're
shit, it's a Hookman.
we killed the bricklayer. You guys, we really fucked up.
This one is
Be the worst mistake of your life.
very properly on Netflix.
Yeah, this is where it belongs.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
I
where
really
it's
just
like,
want to know
not-
what they're doing. Like, I might just go to the Wikipedia and read what it is and save myself 90 minutes.
Right, because again, these are very hard films to write because there's only where it's like, okay, they'll turn on each other. They're going to try to escape. Like where you can sort of map it out, right? Where it's like, okay, first act, they notice. They tap their neighbors. They try to escape. They do the basic things. They try to drill. They try to go to the basement. They can't. You get to the halfway point, something new has to happen, something unexpected, a new threat. You have to have some sort of twist. So it's like, oh, they start turning on each other. Like a neighbor gets like crazy. Or the things come out of the wall and start attacking them. And then you get that stretch from like the midway point to act 3, which is like the hardest part to write, where it's like, okay, we better have some sort of crazy twist here. So they get sucked into the wall. Like we revealed this thing early on, something wild, the rules completely change. And then like we get the twist in act 3 is them escaping it, or them, all dying or whatever. It's just like, it's really hard to do this premise and make it not like all the other ones that existed. So I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe it's Predators. I would love
Maybe
it if
this
it was
time
Predators.
next year. Oh, maybe. Yeah.
It's
Did you
Maybe
guys
this
see
time
the
next
new
year
Predator?
it will win an Oscar.
Oh, not yet. I haven't.
What? Oh, dude. That's
On Hulu. I got to watch
It's
it.
so good.
Man, I'm
It
stoked.
looks good.
I thought
But
that
yeah,
was
here
You know what?
it's Predators on the Moon with David Bowie, Bruce Springsteen,
I would watch that too.
And Paul Walter Hauser.
and Paul Walter Hauser, obviously.
Of course.
Yeah. Let's talk about Untamed. This is a mini series. The trailer starts like a reality show in nature.
Mm-hmm.
Like it starts like a documentary on nature, and then it's got Sam Neill, and that's all I needed to know. because I'm watching this. It's a murder mystery in the woods.
Yeah.
Sure. I'll watch that.
Hold on, I gotta pull it back up. There was somebody. Oh, right. It's Eric Bana and
Oh
Sam
yeah, Eric
Neill.
Bana and Sam Neill. But and it's like the synopsis is simply National Park Service agent investigates a brutal death. And it's a miniseries. It's a mystery. I don't know. What are we waiting for?
These two actors are being extremely grizzled. Like they're being very bearded at each other.
I'm gonna say Sam Neill did it because
he's got Sam Neill did it face in this trailer.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
I'd agree to that.
It's gonna be like
Safe
I hope
bet.
it's like The Edge
Oh, I'd love that. They have to fight
with
a bear.
Sam Neill and Eric Bana. Yeah.
Who doesn't
The
love
bear
The
did
Edge?
it.
It's the bear.
Oh, I want. Sorry,
The bear
I want
also
the
has a
mystery.
beard.
I want it to be them investigating it like it's the Zodiac, like a brutal killer. And they're like, you see, this brutal killer is methodical. He goes to your campsite, rummages through your stuff, and then tears you in half.
He eats all your honey.
Yeah. Who could it be? And that's the whole thing is them hunting a serial killer in the woods. I want that for us. But yeah, I don't know.
The bear inserts itself into the investigation.
Yeah.
With snappy
Do you think
David
it's like a
Mamet
wild
dialogue.
man? It's called Untamed. So like,
yeah, I was hoping for like a Wendigo or something. I wouldn't mind. I
or a
wouldn't mind
mountain man or something.
Caveman. This could
Yeah,
be an
that'd be
Encino
cool.
Man sequel. We don't know that.
Ooh, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
gritty Encino Man.
He was driven out of polite society into the mountains
Yeah.
where he's devolved.
Yeah, this is gonna. I gotta remember to watch this because this is one where it's like I have to find it because Netflix will bury it, and my brain will bury it. But if I sit down with this and watch the 6 episodes of this, I'm gonna love it. Right?
It seems
I think
good.
so. It's got real dad energy.
It's
Yeah.
definitely a dad energy thing. I got nothing from the trailer. I was like, how the fuck are we going to talk about this?
Their trailer really doesn't show you anything except these two grizzled as hell guys. in the
I
woods.
looked into it, and all I need to know is that it's a murder mystery in the woods. Oh, from the writer of The Revenant. So there's that, and Overlord, and Twisters. Okay, so yeah, this is going to be the best thing ever made.
tornadoes. Now we're talking.
Yeah, there's going to be tornadoes and Nazis.
Let's hope
It'll
so.
be great.
Wouldn't
I don't know,
Wouldn't mind a cube.
Oh, yeah, I'd take a cube. Fuck it. Well, this next one, I have a lot to say about if you guys want to talk about this. This fascinating thing.
I didn't know what to make of this one.
This is called Tin Soldier. I had to research this because I was like, what am I seeing? Because the trailer features
The trailer's all over the place. I don't.
yeah,
Man, oh
it's
man.
Jamie Foxx and fucking Robert De Niro.
Yeah, but
and
Robert De
then
Niro
they-
in like a tactical turtleneck, like he's gonna swat Jamie Foxx and his cult. Like
what I took
78-year-old,
from it.
80-year-old Robert De Niro.
Yeah, and then it's got an Eastwood. It's got Scott Eastwood. And then it's pretending like it doesn't have John Leguizamo in it. Like, did you notice the trailer has a couple of shots where I was like, that's John Leguizamo? And I had to look it up. Yes, he's in this. And
I
they
missed
like,
John Leguizamo. Yeah, I didn't see him.
he's literally, there's a group shot of them walking for a second. He's one of them. And then there's a shot where someone's talking to De Niro and the profile is clearly John Leguizamo. but they don't say this movie has John Leguizamo in it.
No, they want
which
that
is
to be
weird.
a treat.
Is that a politics
movie-
thing? Because he's with The Daily Show now, so he's a filthy leftist, maybe?
That's true. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, this movie has one review, and the review is just as confused about it as we are because it was made in 2022.
Okay.
And so it's very clear that this movie was made, as I counted, 56 producers.
Oh, fuck.
It is the director of The Lincoln Lawyer. So it's not a movie. Rather, like, it has De Niro in it. It has Eastwood. It has John Leguizamo, Lincoln Lawyer. 56 producers. I think something
That's too
terrible
many.
happened here.
Yeah.
Yeah, as the one review says, I bet that if they made a making of documentary about this, it would probably be more interesting than the movie itself. Because the movie is apparently, it's Republican dad porn. That's it. It's just, about soldiers fighting terrorists or something. I don't know.
That supports my John Leguizamo theory.
Yeah. But did you guys get any plot from the trailer? Yeah, Jamie. I keep forgetting Jamie Foxx
runs
is in it.
some sort of a cult, and then that one guy's wife is in it, and so the plan is to kill Jamie Foxx so the cult disbands and he gets his wife back.
Here's my
sounds
theory.
about right.
Yeah, my theory is that this was it. You know, it was struggle from the start. Whatever production company, it just kept collecting producers. And I feel like they were able to get these actors on. They all filmed their scenes. They didn't film them with each other. They just knew that the other was there. And then they watched the cut and they thought, this is so awful. Like, this is such because none of them are conservative actors, right? So I can imagine them going this offends me. And I want to bury this movie. And it came out to no ads. It came out years later. Again, it seems like John Leguizamo doesn't want to be in it. I could see him being I don't want to be in the trailers.
Yeah,
it has a real.
When I say it out loud and describe it, it has a real Scientology vibe to it because they're always kidnapping wives and they're a weird cult, and it feels like if you would assassinate Tom Cruise, they would disband. So it could be that of those 56 producers, at least 28 of them are Scientologists. So they probably ran into, one of them probably spotted the allegory. They're like, hey, wait a second, are you making fun of us? That could be where the trouble came in.
Not on my watch.
Yeah, it's got movie 43 vibes or something where it's
it feels vaguely like a crime. It feels like extortion.
Yeah. Yeah, it's about a cult. A well-armed cult, according to the synopsis, that these combat veterans have to fucking go after, I guess.
Jamie Foxx in one location.
Yeah.
They shot him out in a day.
Yeah, it looks like a real weird movie.
The trailer was just all over the place too. I don't know. I couldn't tell what kind of movie it was for a long time.
I think they got just enough money to make one trailer. I think something happened here. I feel like this went through court cases. Is the vibe I'm getting. This is a movie that had a lot of names behind it.
Theodore Rex.
Yeah, because it feels like they just
second Theodore Rex reference. That's a winning podcast.
I think they're sad we're talking about it. I think they were we were really hoping no one would notice this movie came out.
That was
we legally had to release it.
Right, it's like the producers. The goal of this trailer was to sabotage the film.
Yeah. And now I might have to watch it.
If it's bad in a fascinating way, it'll be worth it.
Yeah. It's probably not.
No, I remember the oh, sorry?
I just didn't want to hurt their feelings, so I just won't watch it.
Yeah, no, that's
if they don't want us talking about it or watching it, it's fine. Fine with me.
You guys want to talk about Lurker?
Yeah.
Now, this looks like a movie.
Yeah, it looks like it's that kid from It Follows. He's
oh my god, it is! Mm-hmm. Oh fuck!
He's like a
I'm glad to see him.
Superfan / social media manager / documentarian for this, musician or some otherwise social media star.
Yeah,
and their relation, the exact nature of their relationship is blurry.
Right, and he's very he kind of love bombs him a little bit,
Oh yeah, those kids are fucking, but
emotionally fucking.
Right. No, they're definitely fucking. But it's clear at one point they're being intimate and they're saying really supportive, nurturing things to each other. But then in another scene, I'll be like, this guy's a freaking fan. Get away from me, man.
Right. He's like, you're my best friend, bro.
Yeah.
It's Job's story in Arrested Development. Where he becomes an entourage. He becomes part of an entourage. It's a kid becoming part of an entourage and then getting thrown away from that entourage, it seems like, and then becoming really intense about that. And it's hard to tell if he was the problem or not, but it does give the vibe. It does give the vibe that the celebrity guy was you're my best friend. I love you, man. Friends forever. And then get away from me. Fuck you. All of a sudden,
because he has it on videotape, and he's playing it to prove it to people. Where he said, "You're my best friend," but it seems I totally It seems like that's going to be like kind of the thrust of the movie is how reliable is his version of events.
Right. Was he just a weirdo who like weirded him out and then they were like, fuck off, man. Yeah.
Or is he reading too much into like, cause he keeps playing that, him saying you're my best friend on the camera to prove to people that it happened, but like it's out of context. Like we don't know if it's necessarily,
or is it going to change later? Like the video. Yeah, it's the writer and director also wrote for the series Beef and The Bear, so that's all to say those are things that are highly regarded as, good. So this seems like it's going to be good.
Yeah, I thought
very good.
Yeah, I mostly liked Beef. I thought it kind of ran out of steam at the end.
I'd agree with that, yeah. But I
didn't see no Beef.
I know this feels like it's about kind of YouTube drama. I don't mean that in a bad way, but like that sort of sucks. Like, I don't know if we should make movies sort of based on that vibe of like, here's my misunderstanding and narcissism. Oh yeah, well here's my misunderstanding and narcissism. But that's kind of what Beef was. So I think this writer really understands that or is fascinated by that.
Right. I think I get the parasocial aspect of this more, where it's sort of like, I don't know. Again, we don't really know, but like, that's the thing, right? With the internet relationship with influencers is they're so intimate by design that it creates the parasocial relationship. And this feels like it's that where like the celebrity is just casually intimate with everybody is the idea, or that's the vibe I'm getting. Like the kind of person who's like, yeah, I love you, man. And it's like, no, you don't. Don't fucking say that. Words mean something, sir.
I would die for you. Yeah, you're my bro. No, you don't get it. And then that's the movie.
Yeah. I like how it's just, I don't know, I'm now curious about like what is the aspect going to be, because it's like you kind of know what kind of bad this is going to go. Like
potentially. Yeah. It's not clear whether it's going to end up being like a full-on The Fan.
No, but someone's going to get lit on fire, I feel like.
It's at least a swim fan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Lurker. Oh.
Sure.
Looks good. Final trailer. Please Don't Feed the Children. This is directed by... Oh, shit, I forgot her name, and I feel bad just saying Steven Spielberg's daughter.
But it is.
That's who it is.
That's who it is.
She's probably used to it by now.
Yeah.
This is a Tubi original.
Yeah, which actually isn't bad.
Sure.
Like Tubi has been kind of... Am I thinking of Tubi?
No,
Tubi's the one where they have every movie and it's free. It's one of those things where you're like, this can't be real, right? Like, what's the hook? What's the catch?
I could have sworn they started doing a couple. I thought it was Tubi. There's one of these. One of these are starting to make like A24 type movies.
One of them made The Substance. Yeah.
Maybe I'm thinking of. Maybe it's Mubi.
That might be Mubi.
That would make sense.
Substance. Yeah.
Yeah,
and that was their Oscar push. But yeah, Tubi.
There can't be a Tubi in a movie. They can't do that to us.
I agree.
It should be illegal. They
should
make them fight.
A gang of orphans getting kidnapped by a lady.
I think this is too much. Like it's like it takes place in like a post-apocalyptic future where like all of the grown-ups are dead because there was like this virus.
Right.
It's a lot of hats on hats.
It's way too many hats on hats.
On top of that, it's a Hansel and Gretel thing.
Destry Spielberg, by the way. Destry. Yeah, it's sort of the Watchers, not to invoke another director's child movie, but where it's like you have a lot of lore here, and maybe we need less of it.
I think we don't need all of this lore. I think we can lose the whole Hunger Games aspect entirely, to be honest.
Right. I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Like it's a don't breathe / people under the stairs. People trapped inside a house with a crazy person.
It's a Theodore Rex.
It's a real Theodore Rex.
The synopsis starts with a gang of orphans, and I'm like, all right, away. Travels to the South on a quest of a new life after a
Just all
viral
twisted.
outbreak decimates the adult population of the nation, only to find themselves at the mercy of a psychotic woman who is hiding a perilous secret. So yeah, that's the elevator
Those are
pitch.
two different movies.
Yeah,
Yep.
that is a lot of
very
movie.
different movie.
Also, so like, okay, it's a reverse Children of Men,
Sure.
right? All the adults have died. Meets Logan's Run. Meets but then it is also a 10 Cloverfield Lane, right? Where then they are kept captive by this lady who's being a nut.
There is something to be said about how people like us who have seen so many movies, the way we can sort of describe a movie is it's this meets this. I think the problem is that we can, and this movie seems like it should be original, but like we can see the parts so glaringly. We're like, they scrapped this together from like a bunch of half ideas, and
It's
I don't know.
See the thing about making movies,
We got too old.
people
We've
still
seen too
like.
much.
My
It's
point is
blank
that
meets
that's not
blank.
it. This is so
Yeah.
obviously blank meets blank that like that's
But-
how we're going to describe it.
That's a legitimate way movies still get pitched, right? That is still
Oh,
a
yeah.
way we think about movies and producers do. But what's wild is that like we've hit like this, it's folded upon itself, right? Where it's like there was a while where it was just like we're just making stories. And then it would be like we're making a new Mummy. It's Indiana Jones meets like the Mummy. Like Indiana Jones meets like horror. Like we were doing like this meets that for a while that we're making like new movies. And now it's going to be like it's the Mummy meets blank, right? But the Mummy was already this meets this. So it's like that's why we're getting to like again Serenity, where it's like a bunch of writers sitting around being like, fuck, what's something that hasn't been done yet? All right. What if we took this, and this, and this? It's like if every meal a chef had to make was different. And so after a while, you're just like throwing just some real fucked up shit in the pot. You know what I mean?
just whatever you can find, whatever's at arm's reach.
Right. Until people forget a movie and we
a
can make the
pencil
movie
eraser in
again.
there.
Right. Because there are movies where we're like, oh, that's just this old movie. And it's like, shut up. Don't tell anybody that. Because otherwise we're going to run out of movies. I don't know. I'm going to see this movie.
I think
Yeah, I'm
they
not
should have
into
done
it.
a crawl. The kids should have been going across the country. Maybe they run into like a Hansel and Gretel witch.
A crawl.
But that's just, they're just a series of terrible adventures. Like they go to this swamp and this Cyclops tries to kill them. They go to this
Right.
house.
Yeah, that's
and
where they
this
find the
witch
glaive
captures them.
at the lady's house.
Yeah. Anyway,
Right.
that's my idea. And then they get a magic blade with the power of love.
Yeah. They get the glaive.
They get the glaive.
Give them a glaive. Honestly, you could make a movie just about kids with a glaive who's too young for the glaive.
Uh-huh.
And like
Oh,
one of
yeah.
them cuts his finger off.
Most
you're
people
just
are
doing
too
a
young
Road
for the
Warrior.
glaive, man.
Yeah.
Just doing a Mad Max 2. See?
I don't know.
Maybe
I
we
wanna-
are too. Maybe we've seen too many movies.
As someone who has enjoyed many a Shyamalan, I'm just like, a movie like this, I'm like, well, I'm going to give this a shot.
Sure.
Because I like a big, wild swing, you know? But I don't know. You think Spielberg's going to see it? You
Take
think
a big
Steven's going to
wild
see it?
swing that accidentally becomes like hateful rhetoric, like hate speech,
Right.
like a knock at the cabin.
Oh, right. Knock at the cabin.
I didn't
Jesus
see that.
Christ.
That turned into a hate crime?
It's kind
It feels like a hate
a
crime.
little
Yeah.
bit, yeah, a little
Okay.
bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I think in some states it would count. Like some countries, yeah. I don't know.
That's the twist.
I don't know.
I
Yeah.
sucked this whole time, everybody.
Listen, here's what I'm gonna be honest though. I'm happy that Spielberg's daughter is making this and not like
The next
Some,
Jurassic
like-
World.
exactly. Yeah, where I'm like, I'm glad you're starting with the schlock. Like that's where you deserve. Like I'm glad it seems like she went to her dad and was like, "Help me out," and he was like, "No, go to Tubi. You go
Damn.
to Tubi."
I would have said, fine, Dad, I'm
starting
making
it.
Mac and Me Part 2 in your
Yeah.
face.
Oh,
The real game of chicken right there.
yeah. Well, that's it for trailers.
Yeah. Should we thank some more
Let's-
producers?
I think we should.
Let's do it.
I think we should. Starting with by Jason Parchin's highly controversial new book, I'm starting to worry about this Black Box of Doom, out now.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you to Chester's Prophet. Thank you to Christopher Robert Sparts Esquire. Thank you to Dan Hackroyd.
Thank you.
Thank you to Dave. I'm back in solidarity. Let's burn this hell down together rough. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you to David Knife Boot
Knife Boot.
Henson. Thank you to Deborah is awesome. Barbara is great, and cancer can go to hell.
Thank
you. Thank you to Dr. Slaphammer has seen the Minecraft movie 17 times.
Too many. It's too many times.
Thank you to Driftless thinks he can dance like Barishnikov up Mount Everest.
Who can't?
And thank you to Exploding Runes.
Thank you. All right, let me jump in here. Thank you to Funky J. Mostly comes out at night. Mostly.
Thank you.
Thank you to Heathcliff's Helping Handfuls.
Thank you.
Thank you to Highlander likes the way Tom says. Pretty sweet.
Thank you.
Thank you to Ombre.
Thank you.
Thank you to Impossible Worlds. We have your Swaim and will release him for the cost of your subscription.
Thank you.
Thank you to Joe Man, the annoying skeleton.
Thank you.
Thank you to Lieutenant Frank Drebin, Police Squad.
Yes.
Yeah. Special thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you to Look Mom on a podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you to Mackenzie Fuck Shuffling with Willem Dafoe's confusingly large dick chill.
Thank you.
Thank you to Mike the Lurker.
Thank you.
And thank you to Norm from Cheers.
Thank you. Oh, so we're getting new Harold and Kumar.
Yeah. Good for
With
them.
Pro? Anti? How many have they made?
3 so far. This will be 4.
That is so many. I saw the first one, and I watched it high, and I enjoyed it. I think I saw the second one. Isn't there one where they get terrorism? They get
That's
their
Guantanamo
terrorism.
Bay. That's the second one.
Okay, so I have seen 2. Did not see 3. I feel like 3 is already their old, right? It's like, oh, look, we're old now.
It was like a 3D one about Christmas.
Motherfucker.
This series went places.
That's awesome. I remember the end of the
Yeah.
first one there. They got like on a cheetah and they like rode the cheetah to get to the White Castle. Am I thinking of the right movie?
Maybe? I only saw
yeah.
it once.
I just remember thinking, well, this is a bit much. And once you introduce like having a cheetah in your movie, you're like, well, this should have been the whole thing. They should have been like fighting zombies with zoo animals. Like, what the fuck? I did not know
Yeah.
these were the rules of your universe, that you could ride cheetahs. And I'm
Oh,
just
yeah.
now finding out.
The cheetah should have been in the opening credits.
Yeah. Or not
They,
in the movie. I'm just saying it. You change the movie once you introduce a rideable cheetah, is my point. And it makes me think of a world of limitless potential where that was the whole movie.
It looks like Neil Patrick Harris is going to be back. I wonder if they can get Obama. Because Cal Penn hasn't in there.
No.
That's true.
I
Probably not.
I think there's a non-0% chance you could get Obama for this movie.
Sure.
What has
but-
he got to do?
Yeah. That's, yeah, I don't know.
Ask him. Email him. He's got his email. He must. Right?
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, there's no way Obama's going to be in this, Dave.
Listen, Cal Penn, you got his email.
It's the
Shoot your
closest.
shot.
It's the closest we've ever been to having Obama in a Harold and Kumar movie. That is true.
You're right. That's true.
Yeah.
You know, having Obama's email does feel like something. Like one day I will ask Obama for something. It would be crazy if this is what he tried it on.
Right. Or like one day you'd always want to send a dick pic. You'd be like, I can send a president a dick pic.
Yep.
It would be
Like,
it would
I
be hard to
shouldn't.
keep that in your pocket for too long.
Yeah.
It's like I gotta cash this in.
Yeah. Anyway, this looks great.
I didn't even click the link.
Maybe they'll do it like searching.
Once they did the 3D
John
Christmas
Cho.
movie, I'm like, they can't top that. That's
Yeah.
my last Harold and Kumar.
We're learning there's a rule here, right? It's the stoner movies is blank and blank. The sequel is blank and blank do something crazier. Third one is like blank and blank do something even crazier. 10 years pass, and then it's like blank and blank are old now. 10 more years pass, and it's like, no, they're really
They're
old
really
now.
fucking old now.
Yeah, like it doesn't. There's still Cheech and
It's
Chong
gonna make
movies.
you sad.
Yeah. It's like Cheech and Chong are still getting puppeted around on camera.
Yep.
And it's like, fuck, man. At a certain point, it's fine. You know, I don't know, but I don't think they're doing it because they're fun, right? They're doing it because who cares? Like, it's fun.
Sure. Why
Yeah.
not?
They don't cost much.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
Back when these used to be successful, when you used to be able to put a comedy in theaters.
Yeah. Yeah, this will go straight to
Yeah,
Netflix or something, I'm sure.
This will be an Amazon Prime release.
Yeah. Speaking of, in a new
Perhaps
bizarre
a Tubi
twist.
release.
Yeah. Netflix making malls?
I don't like that.
Essentially. So
This is just... I mean, whoever decided to do this is going to get fired, right? Like, this is going to cost hundreds of millions of dollars and be just a catastrophic failure. Who's going to go to a fucking, like, Squid Game themed... I say that out loud. I think Squid Game might do okay. But the other ideas on this list were like, how would you like to visit the place from Stranger Things? Everyone remembers the name of that town, right? Kendricks? Or I don't know.
I have the opposite.
For real.
Opposite feelings.
You would go to one of these things.
Well, it's more that like kids need malls. We need malls. And what we're learning is retail isn't a thing anymore, right? Like everybody's just getting out of Amazon. When you go to Vegas, there's a place called Area 57. It's not Area 51, I don't think, but it's
Something
I don't know.
like that.
And they have like Omega Mart, which is a big art installation
Sure.
piece. And you drop mushrooms, you go. There's escape rooms. There's like bars, right? And I think people do need to see other people physically in the world more than they are, right? I think that would actually heal the world in a way that I don't think we even realize.
So you want this to be successful?
Yes. And I
Okay.
think that retail is dead. So it kind of takes something like Netflix to go like, let's burn a lot of money and make something physical that exists. I think that also on not that it matters, but on like a corporate level, they all want this too, right? Physical reality, it's just, you're able to charge more money for that. They've learned than the internet, DVDs, etc. Where it's like, I think it's just like we went too far, and now like there's certain companies and stuff being like, what if we like backed it up a bit? Like, yeah, we could all live on the internet, but what if we like enjoyed the reality?
But what if we went outside to go inside?
Right. And it sounds like what they're making is like,
what if we left our houses to go inside somewhere else?
right. And teenagers are like, yes, please. Like I need somewhere to do drugs. And so like, I don't know. I think that this isn't a bad idea. I don't know if financially, commercially, it's a good idea, but like, it sounds like it has like mini golf and restaurants and like what I'm hoping, Netflix, if you're listening, don't make it cost money to exist in. You know what I mean? Make it a place that a teenager can go to for free and spend a day at
Definitely
without
not
spending
gonna do
money.
that,
That's
Dave.
absolutely
I know,
not even
I
close
know.
to their plan.
But that's
It's gonna be
what
like
I mean, right?
$150 a ticket.
yeah, I think it'll be expensive. It'll probably be like little places to take Instagram photos, like those little pop-up museum type places that exist everywhere. But also, in the press release, it looked like they're trying to create like their own Disneyland, but with these IPs that do not lend itself to like crowds of families, just like shows
right.
you might have
It's
seen.
Squid Game and shit.
Yeah, like Squid Game is a pretty massive property that like kids especially just go crazy for. But like the rest of the things on the list is like, yeah, no one wants to go to a Disneyland based on a
Money heist.
money heist. It's fucking crazy.
Counterpoint. But again, counterpoint. There is a Disney ride based on Mission to Mars, the Brian De Palma film with Gary Sinise. Sometimes it doesn't matter
Nope.
if the experience itself is fun enough.
I just learned about that
the
now.
movie
though.
was based on the ride.
No,
Damn.
it wasn't.
Didn't they update it after Mission to Mars came out?
There was a Mission to the Moon ride that then later got replaced with Alien Encounter. I hate that I know this. And then that was too scary for people, so they made it the Stitch
one.
ride. The Mission to Mars ride, I believe, I might be mistaken, started as an unbranded ride that they then like ported as the movie Mission to Mars. But I'm not certain about that. But they certainly like, I don't think it's based off the ride. There's a lot like Body Wars is based off Inner Space or whatever. Like there's a lot of rides that people know that are based off things that people don't know is my point. So I'm like, I think theme park rules is it doesn't matter is what I'm getting at. Or if the ride's fun, people don't give a shit anymore, you know? And then you can always like update it. So like, I agree that like Stranger Things, it's like, God, who cares? You know, but I think
the sun is really set on that, I feel like.
But if you're a kid in this area and they're like, here's a place to grab some fucking McDonald's and sit around, they'll go, right? Like, it's just, that's what I'm saying is like, just give them a place to exist.
They're going to grab some Netflix bites.
I did not get that from this press release.
Nope.
This is not what I pictured when I read this press release.
It includes shopping and eating in the list, and then it's like, and it offers again like mini golf or like it feels like it is possible that it might be a thing where you go in and then there's stores and offers, yeah, and then they take your money, exactly like a mall. And I really need that to be true. I think humanity needs that to be true. Like, we need to give people a place to exist for free.
Yeah, and someplace where we can mingle and remember what it's like to be human and buy an Orange Julius.
Exactly. And do drugs under the cover.
With an Orange Julius.
Exactly. In a way that like a security guard doesn't see you.
Mm-hmm.
And shoplift. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's how you pay for the Orange Julius.
Yeah, it looks like it has, this has something called Wednesday, Eve of the Outcast. Okay. One Piece, which I guess everybody likes. Netflix Virtuals, which is just a VR arcade.
You want to go to a place
Top 9 mini
where
golf.
people like One Piece. You want to go mingle with people who like One Piece? Nonsense. Ridiculous.
They're also offering a theater, which is very funny. A Netflix theater. It's just, I think the people who should do this is Netflix, because they started this. They started killing movie theaters, right? It's their fault.
Yeah. They should have to fund it.
Exactly. It's their responsibility to be like, okay, we'll repair this. Like, we fucked this up. There are so many abandoned malls because of us specifically. We'll figure out what to do with them. It's on them.
I think we should.
Also,
yeah. I think we should put water slides in all the old abandoned malls.
Yeah.
Get on that, Netflix.
Yeah. Water slides. Free water slides.
How hard is it to build a water slide, Netflix?
Let's just travel via water slide.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just pitch them a movie about water slides. And then they'll make it. It'll be great.
Water slides on the moon with Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah. Oh, I love this. And then they'll have to make a mall based around our water slide movie.
Yeah. Yeah, why not?
That's how we'll get it. We got to make the movie first.
Yeah.
Then we'll get our water slide.
Yeah. And then we repair society.
I think we move on.
Okay. Let's thank some more producers then.
Let's do it.
Big thank you to Norm from Cheers Undying Love for Ridley Scott's Kingdom of Heaven. Thank you. Thank you to Oh Shit, It's Candyman.
Thank you.
Thank you to Numino Ultramicroscopic Silico Volcano Coniosis Anti-Disestablishmentarianism Jones. Thank you. Thank you to Psychic Bigfoot.
Thank you so much.
Always. Thank you to Pumpkin Spiced Ed Nog.
Thank you.
Thank you to Rev MD.
Thank you.
Thank you to Ricky Cilantro.
Thank you so much.
Thank you to Robert.
Thanks.
Thank you to Rosemary's Baby from Eraserhead.
Thank you.
Thank you to Ryan, the Silly Money Goose.
Thank you so much.
Thank you to Screaming Horse Pyramid.
Man, don't do that to horses.
Thank you to Sorry Cop, world's most laughable centrist.
Thanks. All right, let me swoop in. Thank you to Steven.
Thank you.
To conveniently place self-destruct button on the top of every baby's head.
Yes.
Far too convenient. Thank you to the Midnight Patron with patrons at midnight.
Thank you.
Thank you to the Oatmeal Savage.
Thank you.
Thank you to the 2B Terror Bunny. Thinks you could use more Rutger Hauer in your media diet.
Thank you.
Thank you to these 7 Bs.
Thank you.
Thank you to Tiger Drawers, Pratt Thompson. Raindrops keep falling on my head.
Thank you.
Thank you to Tip Drizzle.
Thank you.
Thank you to Tux.
Tux.
Thank you to Vincent.
Thank you.
Thank you to Will Rhymes with Bill or Bill Rhymes with Will.
Thank you.
And thank you to your mom.
Yes.
Dave.
Mother.
Dave. You mother father, you.
What?
Before we can check out here, before we can, get all packed up in Optimus Prime's gallbladder and go to the moon.
Before we can play Dune Awakening.
Exactly, yeah. Before we can go to Arrakis, desert planet.
All I can think about.
Do you have 2 movies that deserve more hype?
I do. I have 2. I'm sorry.
I knew I
Also
could
Dune
count on you.
Awakening. The first one, I'm going to be honest here. The first one was one where I'm not necessarily that excited for. I'm just like, what is happening here? I don't think it's a bad movie necessarily. I'm just, what is happening? This is called In Vitro. It's coming out June 27th. And it looks like it's like a pretty indie, like farm drama thriller about a woman and her husband in the future. And her husband is doing some sort of experiments on cattle because I think there's like a children of men cattle situation. So he's experimenting with biotech. And then it looks like there's some sort of accident with the cattle, like cattle gets like attacked or something. And then she starts to investigate the property and realizes that there's something disturbing on the farm. And it seems like it's around her husband. The reviews seem to not, they really don't want to say what it is.
I bet I know what it is.
It's
but
lady
it
clones.
seems
It's
like
wife clones for sure.
Wife clones. It is clones.
You think it's wife?
It's clones.
Yeah.
He's cloning the cows. And it's either wife clones or him clones. Or both.
Or it's like a cow lady.
Or
like
cow
her hot,
lady, yeah.
her hot sister. Like, why do you have 80 versions of my hot sister?
It seems more
In my
horrifying than that.
Clone
yeah.
tubes.
Because there's like violence implied in the clones, like they're doing something. And yeah, it's about like isolation and like, domestic abuse and stuff as well. But it just feels like it's about like a cow clone or something too.
Yeah.
And I want to know what the cow clone is. It's probably a human. You're right. It's probably her clone. He's cloning her.
Mm-hmm. Or him. Or both.
him. Or a cow version of them.
Yeah, what
Or
if
the
it's a
cow,
multiplicity? What if he's making clones of himself and the clones start making clones? You get like the doofus Michael Keaton situation.
Right. Because,
Pizza in his wallet.
it seems like he's using the cows to clone people, right? Like he's putting them in the cow. He's like birthing them through the cows or something.
Maybe. I don't know.
There's a little bit of like in the reviews like a Jurassic Park aspect where it's like it's about the our technological knowledge going faster than our humanity, et cetera, et cetera.
Because
So I don't know.
We're definitely getting better about ethics, right? In this era. Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not worse,
okay, good.
better. Yeah.
Good.
So yeah,
Glad we agree.
that's one of the films, and I'm just curious about that because I'm like, this looks fucking weird. If it's about a woman being cloned via cows, I'm into it. I hope there's a cow person.
I think
Maybe
it'll be
I'm
a
being
sex
hopeful.
thing. I think it's both
That'd
a
be neat.
wife clone thing and a sex thing.
Like a sexy cow person?
Yeah, or she just finds like a basement with like a ton of like cow-brained
Sexy
wife
cow
clones.
people?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And she's like, I know what
Oh,
you're doing
God.
with these cow-brained wife clones.
Yeah.
Like a cow's brain. That would be fun. I don't know. I want to know what kind of fucked up this is. It was compared to like Lamb, a movie that also was some sort of fucked up that I didn't see because it looked
That did have a sheep human person in it.
that is sheep human. So I'm like, come on, give me more of that. But yeah, I don't know. It looks interesting. The other one, this one's tough because I'm like, there's no reviews for it. This goes completely on just who made it and the trailer. This is called Other. Did anybody see Mads?
No, but I remember you telling me about it.
Mads is really good. It is a zombie film that is done in one shot that takes place in the 90 minutes that you're watching it. So it starts with a guy, like it's teenagers who's going to a party and he hits someone with their car and that person, I believe, becomes a zombie. And like, it's different than you'd expect for zombie stuff. Like, for example, there's a scene, this doesn't spoil it because I couldn't possibly spoil this, where a girl is turning and she's walking through a park and we watch in real time in like 10 minutes, her with the bite mark stumbling to her chasing people as a zombie. And the turn is so slow and disturbing of watching her like become feral slowly. It's an amazing performance. It's probably the first time a zombie movie has like been fresh again. And this was like last year. Mads, M-A-D, capital S. The director is David Moreau, like The Island. And he made another movie called Other, and that's this movie. What'd you guys think of this trailer?
Ugh. It felt like a creepypasta. Like it just felt like a child trying to be creepy and spooky. It was just like a bunch of masks and like meaningless spooky stuff.
Right.
Yeah. Something definitely had a theme of like beauty and like the clutching onto beauty and refusing to let it go.
That's why I had to kind of like the trailer. I didn't find it that terrible, but it's about a woman who comes home to her dead mom's place and finds like surveillance equipment everywhere and tapes, and like a neighbor in a mask seems to be like, don't let them see your face or something like that.
Right.
It's more the fact that who made this. I'm like, I trust this director to make something really fucking good. And so like,
it could be that's an interesting movie and a terrible trailer. Sure.
There's no reviews. I just don't know. It comes out in France on July 9th.
Yeah.
So
I think the only reason I'm interested in this at all is because of the director. And I haven't even seen Mads. It's just based on what you've told me about the film.
Everybody go watch Mads right away.
I'll go watch Mads. And I'll play Dune.
Because I think if you watch Mads, you're going to be more interested in anything else this director does. That said, they also did The Eye, the remake one.
Which one is that?
Remember The Eye? I think it was Jessica Alba.
Yes.
Yeah. That was like 2008. So that's weird. That's a weird career. But again, Mads was like enough that I'm like this person, because that was like, he's a French director and that feels like they ported him over. Because he had made something called Them in 2006 that I think was fairly big, and then they were like, "You want to do the Eye remake?" And it's like, "Sure, I guess."
Why not? I like money.
Yeah. But yeah, it's very, again, Mads is such a strong film that I want to watch everything else they made, and so I'm excited for this whenever it comes out.
Yeah, I will say that I like the vibe of this trailer, but I do agree that it's just kind of like a bunch of just random creepypasta style stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I liked some moments in it. I think you can tell watching it that it's shot well, that it's made by a good filmmaker.
Yeah, and I like the repetition of the mantra from that tape of her mom that she was watching. I mean, yeah, it's.
I just think there's something weird here, right?
I am there's beautiful. Just again.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah, it could be some kind of mommy dearest shit. I don't know. And then I think it's tech because it's OTHER, so it's like a robot.
Also, it's Other.
One letter short of mother, isn't it?
Gas!
Oh shit! We did it!
We did it! Oh man!
Fuck!
We can be done, I think. Yeah,
I think we're done. Sean,
we've done it. We hyped.
Thank you so much. Do you want to? Yeah, at the end of all things, do you want to plug it in? Plug it.
Well, we plugged 1-800 Hot Dog. I'll plug our other podcast called The Dog Zone 9000 with 2 G's and 2 Z's, and we have a little mess around with exciting guests.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, it's great. One of my favorite podcasts to listen to.
It is. It's a delight. That in the big feats. I love it.
Yes, I've listened to several episodes multiple times.
You got to get that done before they erase the show.
That's true. You're kidding.
Right. Big Feats is our watch-along podcast. We watch Mountain Monsters, which is an insane show where hillbillies go out to try to find Bigfoot, find him, immediately get their ass kicked, and then me, Brockway, and Jason Parchin watch it.
Yes, you do. Everybody check that out. We have a Patreon, patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed, GAMEFULLY, unemployed. Go on there, $5 a month. Exclusive podcasts like Tom and Jeff Watch Batman, Fox Mulder is a Maniac, Star Trek The Next Futurama, Spiel Boys. Don't really have to explain any of those, but we also have Him Booze, our supernatural podcast. We watch movies every Friday night with our patrons as well. Check that out.
Definitely.
Please.
Yeah. We also have a store. Head over to gameforunemployed.com. We can find a link to our Teespring store. It has all kinds of cool original artwork and designs by cool original artists like Michael Vincent Bramley, Starlene Hodge, Justin Brown, and others. So check that out. Rate and review our podcast wherever you listen. Check out our new show, Badical, Badical. That's all the stuff.
Yes, that's all the stuff. I guess so long.
To the moon.
Is that Springsteen?
A little bit.
Yeah.
All right. A little bit.
A little bit. I'm tired.
What else is it? All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Hey, listen, our music is produced by Chris Corlew. You can find him on twitter.com as The Corlew or go to shipwreckedsailor.bandcamp.com. Our channel artwork is produced by Michael Vincent Bramley. For more of his work, go to mvbramley.art. Our episode artwork is by Justin Brown, available on Twitter as Justin T. Brown or at artnessbyjustinbrown.com. And finally, additional artwork is by Starlene Hodge. You can find her work at starlenearts.com or on Twitter as StarleneX. Cool. Goodbye.